In the studio, I have Mugisha Gift Arnold, who is the CEO and co-founder of Fraser Nanotech Limited, and Annet Nanono, the founder and business development lead at Raj Garden Fresh Limited. So I'm very curious. You guys went to school, came out of school, and said, I am not going to do an 8 to 5. I'm going to start a thing, no? Or you tried to work somewhere else and then you eventually got into entrepreneurship. What was it like for you, Gift?
For me, actually the innovation journey started from my senior 2. I started innovating in senior 2. I'm doing industrial scale innovations. In our schools, especially in Uganda, we have manual cutters. So what I came up with was a machine that would cut school papers automatically. And then I went into...
Which school did you go to?
I was in Uganda Matters in Namugongo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, then I was inspired to go into medical innovations. In these medical innovations, I made a pill dispensing system. And then later, of course...
You're rushing through these innovations. A pill dispensing system.
Yeah.
How does that work?
Okay, there is a problem in Uganda of antimicrobial resistance. It's actually a global problem. So what happened is that I was inspired to, solve this problem. I don't know what really kicked it off, but I had a lot of love for biological stuff and medical stuff. So I created a pill dispensing system that would dispense pills, at the same time transfer waste from infected wards or whatever pathogenic infested wards to cleaner wards, and then also help practitioners reduce their workload. Actually, that project is still ongoing. It's actually going to be put in Lago Hospital.
And so I'm very curious about these particular ones, but then they're going to take away from the conversation when we have very little time. Yeah. So then you transitioned from that into agriculture?
Yes, I transitioned into agriculture because I was doing agriculture. I loved agriculture in O level. And what came to me was that a lot of food was being wasted. And then I would also see whenever I would go to the market, a lot of wastage of fruits and vegetables. So I was like, maybe I can do something. So I had to talk to my friend, my co-founder, and then we started looking into anti-aging and stuff. Actually, the whole thing came from anti-aging.
Okay. I'm going to get into the specifics of your innovation. And how did you get into this
space?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for me, fortunately, I come from a farming family. That is all I know. Agriculture is all I know from childhood. So up to university, I did agricultural engineering. So from there, I actually didn't know anything about climate change. And my first job was not even agriculture. You know how the Ugandan system is. So my first job was actually, I was a data collector for KCCA. But at the time, one of the directors knew my qualifications because he had seen my CV. So there's an opportunity that came around on climate change, training young people on climate change. And then he called me to the office and told me, you know what, we are wasting your talent. Like to be in the field, moving from division to division, yet you are an agricultural engineer. You have potential and you're intelligent. I want you to go and do this course. KCCA is recommending you to go and do a course in climate change at Makerere, Mukure. So I went and did that course. And that is how I got into the climate change space. And for me, my passion, because still I was agriculture, and I saw what my parents were going through, so much loss. That is where everything I've done the past 11 years has been on making sure that farmers don't lose, because the inspiration is from my parents. I would see how they would lose in the dry seasons. I would see how they would lose in the wet seasons, So that is my biggest inspiration. So when this opportunity came in 2023, the opportunity came around that Rutico Business Builder was looking for people who want to innovate in the agriculture space and would want to do businesses, but they don't have money to do them. So I applied for the opportunity and I got into that space. And for me, the very first thing I told them, I want to make sure that there is no loss of fruits and vegetables. For the dry farmers, The ones who are dealing in beans, groundnuts, and what, the loss is not so much. But for those dealing with perishables, the loss was too much. So for me, I told them right from the word go, I want to innovate there. I didn't know how, but I joined. I said I want to do that. That is a business I want to do.
So
to build.
you're with your parents and you're seeing losses.
Yes.
What losses were you looking at?
My parents, first of all, we are coffee farmers, bananas.
Bananas, matoke, or
Both,
bananas?
all actually. The sweet bananas, the matoke, the plantain, I don't know how you call it in English, but we call it kayinja in Uganda, the one that they used to make local brew. So, because my mother was so acquainted with it, it is what educated them for them. So that is why she passed it on to. So, but the pain was more on the fruits and vegetables because my father was passionate about tomatoes, eggplants, watermelon, and I used to see him facing more losses than my mother. Because my mother was more passionate about bananas and coffee, and my father was more passionate about the perishables, the vegetables.
What would a loss look like and mean for your household back then?
Back then, first of all, for our household, at harvest time, you are supposed to sort the good things and those that go to the market, that you're supposed to, that the parents sell to the market. And then for us, at home, we have to take the small tomatoes, the ones that are about to get spoiled, the ones that, But for me, the loss was, it came at a time when, for me, the impact I would see, especially on my father, the time when there would be a bumper harvest, like a ply of tomatoes that sometimes would sell at 300,000, and during the bumper harvest, would sell it at only 20,000 or even 30. So for me, that was very painful.
What would happen to all of the things that weren't being sold?
No, the ones that were not being sold, we just leave them in the garden. Sometimes, actually, in our village where we do the farming from, people knew that during the bumper harvest, they would just run to our farm because our father is going to give them free things for free. Like he would just pick out the good ones he sells. He gives them the transporters, the blockers, okay. And then the remaining just tells them, come, take. So
one man's loss is another man's gain.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Because it is pointless leaving them in the...
That means it's true what people say, that in Uganda it's difficult to starve. If you're starving, you go to your neighbor's garden.
Yes. Especially during the bumper harvest in the villages, it is... people just leave the things in the garden. So.
Arnold, talk to me about your innovation. Fraser Nanotech, what is it?
Yeah, so Fraser Nanotech is a pioneering solution that improves shelf life for fruits and vegetables for 30 days. We're also looking at extending 60 days for some fruits like apples. So it comes packed in sachets. Also Fraser bags, biodegradable bags that can preserve. At the same time, they are biodegradable. And then we also have stickers. Remember, for smallholder farmers in northern Uganda, they might not afford maybe bags. But for the stickers, which cost around 50 shillings, that can be just placed on a fruit and then extend the shelf life. So that's how we pack our solution. So basically, we make it out of plant extracts, normal plant extracts. We use some bit of artificially derived ingredients, but they are food grade. But mostly, they come from our plants themselves.
What made you think about a tea bag or a plastic bag as the solution? And why in the first place were you thinking about food waste, particular to vegetables and fruits?
Okay, so when we attended the CSJ bootcamp in Gulu, we were told we have to come up with new product lines. So we looked at the Kavera epidemic in Uganda as a driver of climate change, in a way. And then also we were like, if we can make this Kavera biodegradable, at the same time preserving these fruits, then it can be a game changer. For the tea bag, that was our first pioneer product. And the reason why we came up with it is because it's easily applied. Like you can easily put it in fruits and then you have extension of shelf life. Yeah, so why we looked at the food wastage, it's because actually people don't know this, but when fruits spoil, they produce a lot of methane gas. And methane is actually more potent than carbon dioxide when it comes to climate change or global warming. So extending the shelf life of these fruits and vegetables actually prevents this bit of carbon emissions. But then putting that aside also, you have to look at the resources. Imagine you have a trail of tomatoes coming from Gulu to Kampala. And once you reach Kampala like this, the fruits go bad. So the carbon footprint that has been created during the transport, the drugs that have been, the pesticides have been used to prevent pests, infestation and so on, that is also lost. But then also when we elevate this into the export part, we know every ton translates into a carbon footprint when it comes to exportation. Actually, a good example would be if you see the trucks, these refrigeration trucks. These big trucks like a trailer, when they are not moving perishables, maybe in fridges and stuff, they are small. They are very small. Actually, the reason is because they are heavy. So that also translates into a carbon footprint. And once you remove this refrigeration equipment, that means you reduce the weight and the carbon footprint will be a bit lower. So basically, that's why we were so much interested in reducing the waste, because there is a lot of tonnage of carbon dioxide that is produced while these foods go bad. Yeah.
Have you? I've been to your. Is it your lab? The lab?
Yeah.
Yes. I've seen the tea bag placed on the. I just haven't yet seen that it actually will prolong the.
Yeah.
Have you tried it?
Yes, we have tried it. Actually, we tried it and we had an extension of 18 days. 18 days. And remember, this is a prototype, sort of like. But with this funding we got from CSJ, we can easily hit 30, because we were just curtailing only 2 enzymes then. Now we are curtailing more than 5 enzymes. So you can imagine. So if you do away with lipases and maybe proteases, then it means the shelf life will be a bit longer.
I know the problem is that you assume that all of us speak the same language as you. Yeah. Explain to me, like a child, how a tea bag or a plastic bag will actually keep my bunch of bananas or apples longer. Bananas more, because those ones go bad after a short time.
Yeah. So I don't know the terminology I'm going to use here, but I will try to be...
Try very, very hard.
Yeah. So there is a gas called ethylene. There is that gas. It is responsible for ripening. When fruits are exposed to ethylene, they ripen faster. An example is that if you have ripe bananas and you put them with unripe bananas, the unripe bananas will ripen faster. So there is that gas. There is that gas. And also the hormone that is responsible for the emission of that gas is also supposed to be curtailed. That's why they say, if you want to look younger, take fruits, phytochemicals, to be able to, Is
this why you refused my coffee and you came with your fruit?
Yes.
Your bottle of fruits, okay.
Yes, so basically, it's like anti-aging of plants. You're trying to curtail the hormones and enzymes responsible for the degeneration. Because remember, this is planned senescence. This is planned death. Everyone has to reach a point and they die. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to extend the shelf life of these fruits and vegetables by preventing the plant death, cell death of these fruits and vegetables. Yeah.
So the tea bag, what's in this tea bag? What's in the plastic bag?
Yeah, so what's in the tea bag? We have these ingredients that are active, that actually go into, they just sublimate and then they go into the fruits. Once they reach the fruit, then they do what? They cut off the action of these enzymes. If you remember very well, maybe I can remind you, in your senior one there used to be something we call lock and key. A lock and key. So for an enzyme to work, they have to be compatible. So what the ingredients do, some of these ingredients, they create a barrier. So if whatever is the hormone is supposed to be produced, leading to the production of ethylene, then it's cut off. Yeah, so basically, it's just like you cut off. This is medicine. This is what happens in humans also. Yeah.
You know how we're very skeptical about anything new, and so the things that you're explaining to me, Can you assure me that this is safe?
Yeah. So as I earlier said, most of the ingredients are plant extracts. And then also some of other ingredients are food grade. They are used in other stuff like bakery and stuff. So yeah, we are safe. Yeah.
You've been smiling the entire time. Annet. Tell me about Garden Fresh. I know that you guys are dealing in similar things.
Yes.
But tell me about what yours looks like.
Okay, now Garden Fresh is a product that we are not only using at post-harvest, but also at production. Because for us, our inspiration comes from safe food, like making sure that we are giving the farmers a product that they can extend shelf life, but is also safe. Because what is available right now is mancozeb. Farmers are using mancozeb to extend shelf life of fruits and vegetables. But mancozeb is a product that was banned in Europe. But unfortunately, it is a product that is allowed in Uganda. That is still coming in Uganda. So the reports at the Ministry of Health show that there is so much cancer due to the vegetables, the residue, the toxic residue on the fruits and vegetables. Very many people, even when you go to the Cancer Institute, there is so much cancer of the intestines now, of the throat, and some of the reasons as to why these cancers are in place, and the reason as to why some of these chemicals were banned in other continents is because of what is in mancozeb, the chemical that is in mancozeb. And yet, 90% of our farmers are actually using mancozeb to extend shelf life of fruits and vegetables because they don't want to lose. It is, I don't know, like it is common sense, like I've told you, like what farmers are going through. Farmers don't want to lose. Any solution available, they will use it, even when they know it is dangerous. Because they know that mancozeb is going to give them skin problems. It is giving farmers neuro diseases, neuro disorders. Seen some farmers who are shaking a bit, like they have sprayed a lot and the chemicals affected their nervous system. So for us, our inspiration came there. That is how Garden Fresh came. Like, yes, we are getting a solution for farmers, but it should also be safe.
So Garden Fresh, the name is to tell us you are guarding the freshness of the fruit or the vegetable.
Of the vegetables, we are guarding the freshness. We are guarding the fresh produce, but safely. Okay. That is a difference because there is so much. There is so much out there. So many solutions that are guarding the fresh, but it is not safe. So what does Garden Fresh avail to the farmers? It is availing them a solution that they can use right from production, because mancozeb is a product that is being used right from nursery bed. And the funny bit is that the market vendors will not allow to buy from farmers vegetables that are not sprayed with mancozeb, because they also don't want to lose. That is why you see the white powder on the tomatoes, on the pepper, on the watermelon.
So what are you guys doing?
We are providing a solution that is, first of all, mancozeb free, and it is a biofungicide. This biofungicide is used right from the nursery bed, during production, and even after post-harvest. So, and our objective is one: the farmers should not lose. They should not lose right from the nursery, throughout production, and even at post-harvest stage. Because our product can also be used to extend shelf life by 21 days. So that is Garden Fresh in brief.
So I'm a farmer. Do I have to be a farmer? Can't I just be somebody who is buying bananas in the market and your product works for me?
Yes, it can, because like I said, it is an all-round product. So if you're just a consumer and you would want to just extend shelf life of your fruits and vegetables, it is okay.
So what
You
do
can
I
use
do?
it.
With
just-
Arnold, I can understand that
Mm.
I buy the fruits and vegetables, I'll put the tea bag or I'll put them in the plastic bag, right? What do I do with your product?
With our product, if you have bought so much, you spray. You just spray because it is a liquid product. However, if you have like maybe one cluster of bananas or a few tomatoes, would advise just dip the fruits and then you just get them out. That's all.
Where are you now in the production stage?
Right now we are on testing.
Where have you tested?
We are testing. We have tested with farmers in Soroti. But the testing is underway because with our testing, we have to do it also with MAIF, with the knowledge of MAIF, because we need our product to be certified as soon as possible, and there are requirements. So we have selected farmers to do the testing with in Mbale, in Soroti, and we are looking forward to also testing in the central region and also the far west in Kasese. But our product, for the sake of the palladium, is very crucial to test with farmers in northern Uganda also. But just we are doing right now, the stage, because you asked where we are right now, is at that we have to test the efficacy of our product with the 3 ecological zones that are recognized by MAIF for fruits and vegetables, and that is the Far East, the Mbale region, Elgon region, then the Rwenzori region, and central Uganda. So that is where we are.
Beyond, so for both of you, beyond the sales, because eventually that's the goal, right? Money in the pocket. How do you measure the impact of your product on sustainable goals?
So, first of all, there is zero hunger. There will be zero hunger, because if farmers are able to preserve something, because someone was asking us about when we tell them the extension, how many days, how many more days can your product really extend shelf life, and then we say 21 days. But that is little. Why don't you extend it to 50? But then, in the language of the farmers, they know that even just extending shelf life by just 1 day or even 2 days, it is a very big, it saves them a very big loss. So that is just one example I can give you, that how we can measure impact. Because the farmers themselves, they will tell you that if I can get a solution of if I can keep these tomatoes just 2 more days, I'll be able to make 300,000 more than if I just sell off these today. If I sell it off today, I can only get 50,000. But if I can wait, at least if there is a solution that can help me save them 2 more days, and I get that extra 250,000 per ply. You see that impact? The economic impact? Then when it comes to saving, us the consumers, I mean, who wouldn't want to preserve their fruits and vegetables without using a refrigerator? Refrigerator is consuming, is power consuming. But if there is a solution that can help me extend the shelf life of my bananas at least 2 more weeks.
There's that, I think it's a little funny clip on one of these social media platforms of people, you buy bananas, you get home, the minute you turn away to check for something, you turn back, your bananas are already old. So I think a lot of us would appreciate these products. What does that look like for you, Arnold?
Yes, so about the impact, for us, as she had already said, but I'm not going to repeat it, the no poverty part of it. Uganda is a predominantly agricultural country, so most of us depend on agriculture. So you can imagine the profit margins these people face. You bring your produce, in no time, it's gone. The whole store, gone. So by preserving these vegetables and fruits, then it means that farmers will have a higher profit margin. And then also you look at the seasons. So imagine if you preserve for one season and then the fruits get closer to an incoming season, it means you will sell at a higher profit instead of having sort of like should I say a winter fall, like where you have nothing to sell. So basically, yeah, that is very, very important, the no poverty part of it, but then also the climate change bit of it. Because remember, we said when these fruits go bad, then we have emissions. So we are looking at actually calculating the carbon footprint as time goes on to see how much we are saving the communities and the country at large when it comes to these emissions. Yeah, so the food security bit of it, of course, people will have enough food. Yeah, and by the way, let's not talk about only fruits. Bananas, we actually depend more on bananas than I think anyone in East Africa. So if we can extend your bunch of banana that you're going to cook the next day, then it will be a game changer. Otherwise, you will keep on buying and then you will be lazy, you throw away. You keep buying, you throw away. So yeah, that is it for us when it comes to impact.
So there's always trade-offs, even when I'm listening to these very encouraging things that you guys are telling me. What have you seen as the impact of are there any negative impacts of the things that your products on the environment?
On the environment. Okay. You know, now you've reminded me something, greenwashing. Yeah, so, yeah, there is some impact, of course. Like for us, of course, we use a machine, electrospinning equipment. So what we are trying to use here, we are using electricity from the mains. And some of this electricity is actually not hydro. But the good thing with Uganda, most of our electricity comes from the hydro dams. That's the beauty with it. But then some of the components we use, also the production, we try to recycle as much plastic from waste plastic as possible. But you know, also in the process of recycling, then you also do some bit of emission. So it's there. But we are trying to absorb as much carbon as possible when it comes to equipment.
Annet?
Wow, that is a very good question. One of our customers, what I get feedback from them, that what is the negative thing that you have found about our product? And then he told us, yeah, the product is good. It was able to extend my fruits by 10 days, the shelf life by 10 days. However, there is a lot of wastage. There is a lot of wastage because for him, he wanted just to preserve his fruits, his tomatoes and bananas for home consumption. So the method of application was by just soaking for 2 minutes. And then after the soaking, you have to throw away. Like you have to pour the product. Because you can't, now that it is opened, there is no way of saving it. You get it? So it hurt him. He's like, I wish there was a way of saving this because it is a lot. And I use it another time instead of coming back to buy another 1 liter from you. So that is one of the things I saw that, that is a negative environmental issue. Then the other is about, actually this one is external, but I mean this is business. Our competition.
Are you sitting next to your competition now?
I have never regarded nanotech as a competition. We have never, but because the more we need more likes of us. We need more. At least we need like maybe more 5 companies or 8 that can do this, that have solutions to extend shelf life, because that way we can be able to beat the Mankoze people.
You really have a bone to pick with those people.
You get? Because that is what we see. We really need more, because the more when nanotech goes to West Nile region and talks about their product, there is awareness of the natural way of extending shelf life. So when I come in also to give a solution, they already know, and they already don't want to use the Mankoze, because now there are solutions, there are alternatives.
Have you both done any testing? I think you already answered this question. Any testing to ensure that your product is safe?
Now, for us, we have done the testing, but it is not in our power to declare it safe. So there is another authority that declares it. And that is what I was telling you, that the Mayuf come in with their inspectors, and then they have to test the efficacy. So it will be up to them. For us, we know it is safe. But until it is declared safe by the other authorities, I can't boldly tell you that our product is safe, but for us, we know it is safe.
Have you tried it on your own fruits and vegetables?
Yes, of course.
How long did it take?
When I tried, maybe because I consumed earlier than I wasn't so patient, but it took 12 days. Yeah, at least it extended.
And are you thinking of doing smaller packs so that the wastage that they're speaking about is addressed?
Yes, that is the only solution that we looked at. But when someone has some little produce, they just buy just 5 meals. If someone is taking for very big bulk produce, they buy. Because last time we're only using only 1 liter, we're producing only 1 liter.
Okay.
So,
Great. Thank you both so much. This has been very insightful to learn more about your products. And I hope we'll see you back in the studio when the product is now on the shelves. It's not on the shelves. None of you is on the shelves as yet.
Yeah.
You're all still testing with farmers and with other people.
yes.